Oh boy, microphone. Okay, and I am Allahu Akbar. Alright, since this is supposed to be my religious things, and I'm not used to it, this is gonna be my first time doing this. Not really my first time reading Quran on stream, but it's gonna be my first time having a religious studies along with the stream. And I wasted like a couple minutes already, so guess we'll just jump right into it. See, I'm more comfortable with we can start off with very simple. Gonna start off from Al-Fatiha and probably a bit of Al-Baqarah for me to do a bit of revision. Since there's not really any target here, just gonna some revision of my reading here and there. You're puffing into your mic or you're moving your hand and there's a thud. I think because I'm moving my hand and there's a thud. Let me check my filters. Press my filters are okay. Hello? Even if I puff into my mic, catch that. Anyway. We shall start with, of course, the first surah that everyone's supposed to know as a Muslim. Don't really understand, but happy to join us. Yes, yes. Welcome, welcome. Right. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. I think it's easier for me to, if anyone wants to come to join and read along, I think it's easier if we go all the way down, starting from the last juzu. That's the easiest place for people to start off reading the Quran. Loading? It is not loading. Taking a while. We can start off with the most shortest and simplest. This is why I prefer having the physical thing. Just gonna use this on screen so you guys can read. Is my internet okay? Not a good place to start. This is in I really should just have this on my or something. $30. Yeah, there you go. Since oh, we're gonna start off with very simple. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Don't know if you can see my mouse. Can you see my mouse on stream? Don't think you can see my. Okay. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ. You know what? قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I wish you can see my mouse. If I do display capture, can you see my mouse? Okay, so you can see my mouse in display capture everything else. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب سيصلى نارا ذات لهب وامرأته حمالة الحطب في جيدها حبل من مسد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أرأيت الذي يكذب أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين فذلك الذي يدع اليتيم ولا يحض على طعام المسكين فويل للمصلين الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون والذين هم يراءون ويمنعون الماعون. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. Aipa, welcome. I'll be reading Quran for about 30 minutes. And then after this, we're going to Safinatun Najah. Something that supposed to be basics of Quran. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wal-'asr. Innal insana lafi khusr. إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ويل لكل همزة لمزة الذي جمع مال الذي جمع مال الذي جمع مال الذي جمع مال. Why is it so hard for me to read this? الذي جمع مالا وعدده يحسب أن ماله أخلده كلا لينبذن في الحطمة وما أدراك ما الحطمة نار الله الموقدة التي تطلع على الأفئدة إنها عليهم مؤصدة في عمد ممددة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألم تروا كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول. Waalaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Freedom is VT. Welcome to the stream. How are you? I am doing my starting. Assalamu alaikum. Yes, assalamu alaikum. How are you? Welcome. This is my first time gonna be starting this. This is gonna be my starting series where doing alright, about to get a shout. Alright. That's cool. That was nice. I'm gonna be doing this starting series starting from today onwards because, well, I've been neglecting whatever I've been doing. So I'm here, 30-minute of Quran recitation with people if they want to read along. And after that, 30-minute of just religious studies. So for now, it's the first 30 minutes. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. القارعة. ما القارعة؟ وما أدراك ما القارعة؟ يوم يكون الناس كالفراش المبثوث وتكون الجبال كالعهن المنفوش فأما من ثقلت موازينه فهو في فهو في عيشة راضية فهو في عيشة استغفر الله فهو في عيشة راضية وأما من خف وأما من خفت موازينه فأمه هاوية وما أدراك ما هي وما أدراك ما هي نار حامية. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر كلا سوف تعلمون ثم كلا سوف تعلمون كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين لترون الجحيم ثم لترونها عين اليقين ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها وأخرجت الأرض أثقالها وقال الإنسان ما لها آه 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 آه. I haven't tried reading properly in so long. يومئذ تحدث أخبارها بأن ربك أوحى لها يومئذ يصدر الناس أشتاتا ليروا أعمالهم فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يره ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة شرا يره. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعاديات ضبها فالموريات قدحا فالمغيرات صبحا فأثرن به نقعا فوسطن به جمعا إن الإنسان لربه لكنود وإنه على ذلك لشهيد وإنه لحب الخير لشديد أفلا يعلم إذا بعثر ما في القبور وحصل ما في الصدور إن ربهم بهم يومئذ لخبير. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لم يكن الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب والمشركين منفكين حتى تأتيهم البينة رسول من الله يتلو صحفا مطهرة فيها كتب قيمة وما تفرق الذين أوتوا الكتاب إلا من بعد ما جاءتهم البينة وما أمروا إلا ليعبدوا الله مخلصين له الدين حنفاء ويقيموا الصلاة ويؤتوا الزكاة وذلك دين القيمة إن الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب والمشركين في نار جهنم خالدين فيها أولئك هم أولئك هم شر البرية. إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أولئك هم خير البرية. جزاؤهم عند ربهم جنات عدن تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا، رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه، ذلك لمن خشي ربه. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين، لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين، إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون. فما يكذبك بعد بالدين، أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق الإنسان من علق. اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. كلا إن الإنسان ليطغى أن رآه استغنى، إن إلى ربك الرجعى. أرأيت الذي ينهى عبدا إذا صلى، أرأيت إن كان على الهدى أو أمر بالتقوى، أرأيت إن كذب وتولى. ألم يعلم بأن الله يرى. كلا لئن لم ينته لنسفعا بالناصية، ناصية كاذبة خاطئة فليدع ناديه فندع الزبانية. كلا لا تطعه واسجد واقترب. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والضحى والليل إذا سجى، ما ودعك ربك وما قلى، وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى، ولسوف يؤتيك ربك فترضى. ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى، ووجدك ضالا فهدى، ووجدك عائلا فأغنى. فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر، وأما السائل فلا تنهر، وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك، فإن مع العسر يسرا، إن مع العسر يسرا، فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والشمس وضحاها والقمر إذا تلاها والنهار إذا جلاها والليل إذا يغشاها والسماء وما بناها والأرض وما طحاها ونفس وما سواها فألهمها فجورها وتقواها. قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساها. كذبت ثمود بتغواها إذ انبعث أشقاها فقال لهم رسول الله ناقة الله وسقياها فكذبوه فعاقروها فدمدم عليهم ربهم بذنبهم فسواها ولا يخاف عقباها. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والليل إذا يغشاها والنهار إذا تجلى وما خلق الذكر والأنثى إن سعيكم لشتى فأما من أعطى واتقى وصدق بالحسنى فسنيسره لليسرى وأما من بخل واستغنى وكذب بالحسنى فسنيسره للعسرى وما يغني عنه ماله إذا تردى إن علينا للهدى وإن لنا للآخرة والأولى فأنذرتكم نارا تلظى لا يصلاها إلا الأشقى الذي كذب وتولى وسيجنبها الأتقى الذي يؤتي ماله يتزكى وما لأحد عنده من نعمة تجزى إلا ابتغاء وجه ربه الأعلى ولسوف يرضى. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لا أقسم بهذا البلد وأنت حل بهذا البلد ووالد وما ولد. Give me a second. لقد خلقنا الإنسان في كبد أيحسب أن لن يقدر عليه أحد يقول أهلكت مالا لبدا أيحسب أن لم يره أحد ألم نجعل له عينين ولسانا وشفتين وهديناه النجدين فلقتحم العقبة وما أدراك ما العقبة فك رقبة أو إطعام في يوم ذي مسغبة يتيما ذا مقربة أو مسكينا ذا مطربة ثم كان من الذين آمنوا وتواصوا بالصبر وتواصوا بالمرحمة أولئك أصحاب الميمنة والذين كفروا بآياتنا هم أصحاب المشأمة عليهم نار مؤصدة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والفجر وليال عشر والشفع والوتر والليل إذا يسر هل في ذلك قسم لذي حجر ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بعاد إرم ذات العماد التي لم يخلق مثلها في البلاد وثمود الذين جابوا الصخر بالواد وفرعون ذي الأوتاد الذين طغوا في البلاد فأكثروا فيها الفساد فصب عليهم ربك سوط عذاب إن ربك لبالمرصاد. فأما الإنسان إذا ما ابتلاه ربه فأكرمه ونعمه فيقول ربي أكرمن وأما إذا ما ابتلاه فقدر عليه ورزقه فيقول ربي أهانن كلا بل لا تكرمون اليتيم ولا تحاضون على طعام المسكين وتأكلون التراث أكلا لما وتحبون المال حبا جما كلا إذا دكت الأرض دكا دكا وجاء ربك والملك صفا صفا وجيء يومئذ بجهنم يومئذ يتذكر الإنسان وأنى له الذكرى يقول يا ليتني قدمت لحياتي فيومئذ لا يعذب عذابه أحد ولا يوثق وثاقه أحد يا أيها النفس المطمئنة ارجعي إلى ربك راضية مرضية فادخلي في عبادي وادخلي جنتي صدق الله العظيم. Okay, 30 minutes. Not exactly 30 minutes, but Safinatun Najah. Hopefully they have it. Ah, they do have it. Cool. Ooh, the same one I used back then. Oh wait, no, this is in Malay. Oh well, there's the meaning too, I guess. Where do I get it? Taqlim muta'ajim. No, I don't want that. I just want Safinatun Najah. Where is the download button? Uh Hey, so they do have it in just the Arabic. Cool. Oh, my hand feels weird. Alright. I should probably download, but I don't have anything that lets me open up a PDF. Data downloads. Oh, I can draw on it. Cool. Yeah, I probably should get the one with my translation, right? Because I don't think I can fully translate to Arabic to you guys after so long. They're downloading in a doc folder. Nah. I'm gonna open up Safinatun. Okay, so Safinatun Najah is a bit hard for me to explain. Oh, thank you for the follow, Min Choco. Welcome to the stream, Min Choco 19. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome. My name is Cain, and currently I will be doing Quran recitation and Islamic studies. So we are now at Islamic studies. Since I have half an hour, I had to find my. Been a while since I had. Allah Sahabat, thank you so much. Been a while since I had Safinatun Najah, and this is probably gonna be in Malay, so I'll try my best to translate to English for you guys. Okay. So Safinatun Najah is, to make things easier, this is for people that are Muslim. Is our fiqh. Fiqh fiqh means, what is fiqh again? I can't remember my English anymore. I can't remember my Arabic anymore. Meaning of Yeah, so technically fiqh means deep understanding. So that's the direct translation. But what it does is that it's the teaching of our laws of Islam. Technically, our rulings, what we are supposed to do and what we can't do. Technically, that's where you learn in fiqh. Fiqh in Arabic. I studied this way back, and it's been a long time since I've been to it. And full disclaimer, just a full disclaimer, I am not an expert in this. I am as much a student and learning as much as everyone else. I'm just doing this so everyone can join me along the ride as we learn together. And with that disclaimer out of the way, get into the starting of Safinatun Najah. Also meaning, dude, I can't remember. Safinatun Najah means boat. Kapal, right? Safina means boat. Boat of light. Right? Wait, Najah? Yeah, Najahun means light. So Safinatun Najah means boat of light. Anyway, so since this is fiqh and this is gonna be the basics of the basics, we're starting from the top. Safinatun Najah is really is the basics. So Muqaddimah is just the starting of the book. Every book, Islamic books that they will have a Muqaddimah of how they will start. Muqaddimah means starting. And we will start off بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وبه نستعين على أمور الدنيا والدين وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد خاتم النبيين وآله وصحبه أجمعين ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. بسم الله. أركان الإسلام خمسة. And that exactly translates to the pillars of Islam is 5. There's 5 pillars of Islam. This is very the basics, so people that already knows. But this is for, I'm gonna start off with the basics. Start off basic. We have to start off somewhere. The pillars of Islam, there is 5 pillars of Islam. Whenever you enter Islam, whenever you first enter Islamic culture, whenever you just first became a Muslim, or even if you grew up as a Muslim, you have to know that there is 5 pillars to Islam, which is Shahadatu an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. Bear witness. Shahadah means bearing witness or believing that there is no God except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is our prophet, and is our prophet, and the final prophet. So that is the first pillar of Islam, followed by Iqamatus Salah, which is Iqaman means stand, and Salah means any Muslim would know means prayer. So it would be to do our 5 prayers. So that's the second pillar of Islam. Ita'uz zakah, doing zakat. Which is the zakat is Allahu Akbar. You have to constantly go back and forth, but that's okay. This is okay. Zakat meaning. There you go. Yeah, I thought as much. They're probably not gonna give us the proper thing. The zakat is one way or another a charity donation, but it's also in Islam we have some zakats, some charities that we have to give out mandatory. Mainly the one zakat fidyah. No, zakat. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Siron, welcome to the stream. I am falling under pressure. I used to teach this to people too. Allah. So ita'uz zakah means to do our zakat. Zakat, as people don't or do know, is technically charity donation, as I said, and it's mandatory. Some of them are mandatory. There is some like zakat harta, which is zakat for our belongings. If our belongings reach a certain number, we have to technically give away some of our belongings because it reaches, or zakat namas if you have a certain amount of gold to do that. Anyway, moving on. Sawm Ramadan, which is the 4th pillar of Islam, meaning to fast during the month of Ramadan. This is pretty self-explanatory. Everyone knows that the month of Ramadan is, and that we have to fast during that. And lastly is Hajjul Bayti man istata'a ila sabila. So the fifth one is the 5th pillar of Islam is is a situational one. Hajjul bayt man istata'a ilayhi sabila. This directly translates to do haji, or to do haji for those for those that can do it. Walaikum assalam. I saw your Twitter post about this segment. Such a wonderful segment. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Do join me along as we both learn about Islam and expand our knowledge and reading Quran together. Hajjul bayti man istata'a ilayhi sabila. So the fifth pillar of Islam is to do Hajji. But that's only if you are physically able to do it and financially able to do it. If you do not classify for either one, you are not forced to go to. But let's say you have the money, but you are not physically able. You can actually ask someone else to do it for you. Although the person that is doing it for you has to have done Haji before for themselves. So you can give the money and ask the person to do Haji for you if you are sick. But if you have the money and if you're healthy, it's way better for you to go yourself. So that is the 5 pillars of Islam. Rukun al-Islam. Arkan al-Islam khamsatun. There is 5 pillars of Islam. Shahadatu an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. But we know that there is no God except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and our Prophet Muhammad is and Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is our prophet. Iqam as-salah, do our prayers. Ita'u zakah, tunaikan zakat. Technically, we have to do our zakat. Qom Ramadan, fast during the month of Ramadan, and Hajjul bayt man istata'a ilayhi sabila. Walaikum assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shafiq, welcome to the stream. Question, yes. Yes, Natchan, what question do you have? What is your question? Welcome, Shafiq. Welcome to our Islamic corner, where we have small segments every single day. And what is your question, Natchan? Thank you so much for the follow, Tyron and Shafiq. Just curious, does the Muslim community offer financial assistance for those who aren't financially capable to make the pilgrimage? Financial assistance actually falls underneath Ita'uz Zakah. So Ita'uz Zakah, right? To do our zakat. The zakat is charity, right? So we're technically giving charity back to the community. We're giving it to the mosque. And what the mosque does with that money is they give it to the less privileged community. To the less privileged of the Muslim community. So that's the reason why zakat is there. So people of less financially able, right? They do actually can receive for financial assistance to help for the pilgrimage. If I remember correctly, anyway, you are able to request. Yep. All right. Now, after we moved on from the basics of once you first enter Islam, whenever you first enter Islam, or if anyone, they will know when you enter Islam, the 5 things that you must do is the pillars of Islam. Shahadah, bear witness, prayer, zakat, fasting, and haji. Now, Arkanul Iman Sitta. This one is our pillars of faith. What we must believe in 100%. Arkanul Iman Sitta. There is 6 pillars of faith in Islam. An tu'minu billah. Believe in Allah. Believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Malaikatihi. Believe in his angels. Kutubihi. Believe in his books, which is, the Quran and Torah, and then all the other previous books before it too. Rusulihi, all of his prophets, that's counting from Prophet Adam all the way to Prophet Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, with all of the prophets. Can't exactly remember how many there are. Wabil yawmil akhir, believe in the end of the world, or in the last day. Yawmil akhir means last day. Believe in the end of the world. وبالقدر خيره وشره من الله تعالى. And the 6th one is to believe that everything good or bad came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So those are the 6 pillars of faith for Islam. And tu'minu billah, believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's a given. Malaikatihi, believe in his angels' existence, that there are angels watching over you and they will be keeping an eye over you. Kutubihi, all of his books that have come down. Quran, Torah, Injil, and remember I can't remember the 4th one. And believe in his prophets. Rasulihi, believe in all of his prophets. Adam, Idris, Nuh, Hud, Saleh, Ibrahim, Ismail, all of those. Wabil yawmil akhir, and the last day. Wabil qadri khayrihi wa sharrihi min Allah ta'ala. And believe that anything that happened, good or bad, is the action of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, yep, those are the pillars of faith for Islam. I hope I'm not going too fast for people, and I hope people are not lost with what I'm saying. Yes, question. Where did the 6 pillars come from? The six pillars of faith actually came from a derivative from the Quran. If I remember correctly, our 6 pillars of faith, right, is always from the Quran. It's written in the Quran in a couple of surahs to always believe in tu'minu billahi wa malaikatihi wa kutubihi wa rasulihi. It's always repeated over and over and over in the Quran. The main things that are mainly repeated in the Quran is tu'minu billah, believe in Allah, his angels, his books, and his Rasul. Sometimes in the end of the world. But the 5 and number 6 came from hadith. If I remember correctly, the number 5 and number 6, right, these 2 faiths came from hadith, which is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's own words. Hadith that have been passed down from his companions. That has been passed down from his companions down to us. That's where the 5th and the 6th came from. 5th also has from the Quran a bit, but number 6 is also from the hadith. I don't know which hadith, sadly. I can't exactly tell. But I remember my teacher telling me that some of the mainly are basis from Quran and hadith. That's how we verify our information. So in this Safinatun Najah is a summary, to be fair. What is the 5th and 6th again? 5th is believing in the end of the world, and وَبِالْقَدْرِ خَيْرِهِ وَشَرِّهِ مِنَ اللَّهِ تَعَالَى. That everything good or bad that happened came from the actions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. From his strength. Drink water. 5 pillars of Islam and 6 pillars of faith. Yeah, 5 pillars of Islam, which is Rukun Islam, and Iman is faith. We're talking about the 6 pillars of faith. So the pillar about believing in the books is in the Quran. Yep, in the Quran. Not just the Quran. We have to believe in Quran, Torah, which is the one that came before, on Prophet Isa, I think. Injil, and Zabur. Yeah, before. Okay, so the Rukun Islam. Yes, the previous books. We're talking about the previous books from the previous prophets. That's where the books came from. Quran was not written yet back then. Not written by human hands, though. I love this kind of conversation. Thank you for streaming such content. Yeah, no problem. Now, so Safinatun Najah is actually a summary of a lot of main topics in fiqh, in Islamic laws. So Safinatun Najah, they would compress it down and kind of just like go through a rundown. And what the teachers are supposed to do when they are here is that they will expand on this thing, like, you know, asking questions and stuff like that. So yes, this is normal. This is fine. Don't worry. So moving on, if you read the book, I used to have the physical book, but it's left behind in Malaysia. So moving on after that, in Safinatun Najah, they will ask you to makna kalimat tauhid. Tauhid is technically wa ma'na la ilaha illallah. So this is asking the meaning, and the meaning of la ilaha illallah, there is no God except Allah, which is exactly what is, you know, written. Wa ma'na la ilaha illallah, there is no God except Allah. The meaning is la ma'buda bihaqqin fil wujudi illallah. There is no God that has the right in existence to be worshipped except Allah. So when you revert into a Muslim, we call them reverters, not converters. We call them reverters. When you become a Muslim, when you say La ilaha illallah, you're technically saying La ma'budu bihaqqin fil wujudi illallah. There is nothing in existence that has the right to be worshipped except Allah. So that's where the faith part comes in. Bismillah. Now, after they wrapped up with the Islamic pillars, right? This might be a bit fast because back then we had to like memorize. Back then when I was studying this, what our teachers would do is that we had to memorize from the starting here, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, and memorize all the way down until here and to here. We had to memorize all the way until here within before we were let go. Now I'm just doing a repeat of this, and but okay. So another part in fiqh is laws, right? It teaches us about rules and stuff. So some of the rules that we have is also for knowing when. And you might want to zoom in. It's actually hard to read on stream. Hey, really? Oh, my bad. Okay. Okay, so is it better now? Is it better? Okay, cool. Right, I forgot. I should. Sorry, thank you for reminding me. I totally forgot. Even my teacher, when we were studying back then, would also zoom in, and he was showing on the what's it called? But I can't read it. I don't speak this language a lot, but this is perfect. Okay, cool. So tanda baligh alamatul bulugh as-salus. The signs of reaching adulthood. Bulugh, balagha, baligh, is adulthood in Muslim culture. So there are 3 signs that you can find out if someone has hit adulthood in Islamic culture. تمام 15 سنة في الذكر والأنثى. That is, the first thing is their age has fully reached 15 years old for boys and girls. This is one of the signs. It's not like it's not that they have to check mark each one to be fully technically considered an adult. But one of the signs is they have fully reached 15 years old in age. تمام 15 سنة في الذكر والأنثى. Complete 15 years old. 15 سنة year. 15 means year. سنة 15 means 15. سنة means year. For boys and girls. في الذكر والأنثى. Or the second one, والاحتلام في الذكر والأنثى ل9 سنين. Ihtilam means a wet dream. In Arabic, the wet dreams are said as ihtilam. For boys and girls, are normally aged above 9, as long as their age is above 9. Boys and girls, if they had a wet dream above the age of 9, they are considered an adult. So they have to do the prayers and everything properly. And lastly, this is specific for women. Al-haidu fil unsa li 9 sinin. That a 9-year-old female has got her period. Her first period was actually after she hit 9 years old. She hit a period. That's also a sign. So yes, those are the 3 in Islamic culture, those are the 3 signs that you have hit adulthood and you have to do your prayers and everything. Mandatory. Yes, question. As far as I know, there is no difference. Some parents will give birth and make their child follow the Islamic calendar for their birthdays. But most people nowadays actually follow Gregorian calendar. Welcome, Sharafiyas. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the stream. We are getting close to the ending, but welcome to joining. This is your Islamic Hours with K. So some people, but there's actually really no difference. So yeah, lewat sikit. No problem. Some people follow Gregorian calendars, so their birthday age is following Gregorian calendar. So yeah. Oh, this one is. I was reading through what this one. I'm gonna check moon after this. They said it's blood moon right now. I see. Okay, so this one is this one is about cleanliness. Shout out to istinja. Nikah is quite all encompassing. This one is about cleanliness, and this is for people that this is an old rule where you're in the desert, right? There's no water, and you only have rocks. Uh, uh, am I muted? Am I? Hello? No. You know that there's instinct mud in bottle sales in. I did not know that. So people are doing that, huh? Well, this is for like Syafii. Let's see. So this is for Syarat sah. Syarat, what's istinja mud? Technically, if you have no water, you can use mud to clean your private areas after you do your business. But there are some rules. Which is this one. This is the rule. Syara istinja. Rules of doing istinja, which is cleaning yourself with dry cleaning yourself. Basically explaining. Yep, cleaning your water. Syara istinja. So this is the rules that you have to comply with if you want it to be sah. Well, this isn't like use tissue. Yep. So this was back then. So not many of it would fully apply, but it's still very, what's it called, relevant to these days. An yakuna bisalasati ahjar means you have to use 3 stones. You need to have 3 stones to use as to clean yourself. And yunqi al mahal, that they must have there's 3 stones. And yunqi al mahal, that the place that you're cleaning is very clean. That your what's it called? Mabasa ka tapat najis, that you had to yunqi al mahal. Yunqi al mahal means you have to clean up the dirt. If it, or it's okay if you more. Technically, you must have at least more than 3. You must at least use more than 3 when you're doing it. To consider yourself clean. And yung al mahal, membersihkan tempat najis, you have to clean up the place. Allah yajiful najas, that your business is not dry. So technically, you can't wait an hour then decide to clean yourself with the stone. You can't wait an hour or stuff like that. Like when you do your business, you do it right there and then. Of course, this is kind of... Wait, what do you do with the stones? This is the fun part. So my teacher would tell me, tell me that you will use the stones. Normally, it's better to have the stones that kind of like have edges on them, not sharp edges, but like technically like a triangle shape edge. And you will kind of like, yeah, alternative is tissue. Technically, it's like a tissue. You're just using a tissue, to be fair. But it's a stone. Yep. Shut up, yes. Yep. Allah ya just make sure that, so you wipe with the stone. Yep, you wipe with the stone. It's like explaining how to use it. Allah yajifan najas, so make sure it's not dry. Allah yantaqil, make sure that your shit did not move around. So technically, I remember my teacher laughing when he said Allah yataqil means technically don't shit while walking around. Like, Allah yantaqil, don't shit while walking around. La yatara'a alayhi akhar. Some people think it's okay to like shit this place and I want to move around and shit somewhere else. You can't do that. If there was a rule, someone must have done it. Shit, walk. You never know. You never know. La yatra alayhi akhar, that your shit did not mix with other people's why do I keep saying it's shit? Okay, that your... What's another alternative word? What's another alternative word for feces? Yeah, there you go. That your waste did not mix with another waste. So technically, it's a feces, I guess. Your waste did not mix with another waste. Allah la yatra alayhi akhar. Allah yujawiza safhatu wa hashafatah. Okay, this one is a bit Allah yujawiza safhata wa hashafatah. This one is that your feces, right, has not when you do your business, there is no residue past your buns. That's what it's saying. For if you're taking a number 2, after you shit, let's say you have a very heavy diarrhea and it's wet and it's like all over your ass, you can't use a stone. You can't use stone for istinja. It has to be more, you can't... I don't know how to explain this properly without laughing. So technically what it's trying to say is that your feces, your waste, when you're doing your business for number 2, must not pass the area between your hole and the walls of your butt. What did I just walk into? Yeah, your butt cheeks, technically. Your butt cheeks. If as long as it's not past that, you're okay. And for men, when they pee right after they pee, as long as it's not past... as long as it's not still leaking out of their tip, they can use as long as it's not like going past the tip, they're okay. They can use the stone. Okay. And Allah yusibahu ma'un, that your waste did not get hit by water. And finally, lastly, antakuna al-ahjaru wa tahira, that the stone must be clean. What do you use if it goes past, if not the stone? Well, you have to use water. I mean, you could technically still clean yourself. What this Sharat Istinja actually really means is that child-friendly, Twitch monetization-friendly mode. What this Sharat Istinja means is that if you complete all of this, right, like you don't break any of the rules, you're considered clean. You don't need to use water to clean yourself anymore. So let's say you, like, one of the stuff you couldn't do, right? let's say one of the stuff you couldn't do. So then it leads to the point where you can still clean yourself, but you can't pray because you're not considered clean. You get what I mean? You can still clean yourself with the stone after it, but yes, what's the question? What is your question? Where's the number detailing how do I get rid of the stone? Well, normally in the desert you just chuck it away, or you can wash it to use it more for more. Do I just bury it? Yeah, normally you just bury it, or you just normally bury it. Well, it went past 8:30. Should I keep going or should I end it here for now? What about the waste? Well, you would probably put it on a hole, right? Do you dig a hole or do you go wherever? Because you would dig a hole to cover it up. You're like a cat, you know? A cat would like dig in the sand and then do its business and then after that clean up. Yeah, much like that. Are we good? Okay. Right, since this is kind of past 8:30, I guess I'll end it here for tonight for fiqh. I'll think of more things I can bring up besides fiqh. This means Cain can drunk. Not drink. Hi Ray, welcome. I'm ending my stream. Probably be streaming again at 9, maybe. But for now, I'm ending my Islamic Hour. Should probably retitle it to Islamic Hour, not Islamic Hours with Cain. But whatever. It's no drink water. Yeah. Anyway, that is all. Thank you all for coming over to watch my stream and listening. I'll probably do a proper scheduling and stuff. I'll probably do it properly. But that is for today. This will be my starting. This is my starting point. Thank you all for coming over to watch my stream. This is definitely Neighborhood Ancient Cain. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Signing off. Bye bye.